Welcome to Keto Life Support, where we make your keto life sustainable, fun, and low stress. I'm Kim Howerton, and I'll be coming to you weekly with some of my keto besties to bring you the practical, real-world keto advice that you need. Quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor, and even if we do have a doctor in the house from time to time, he or she is not your doctor, and nothing we say on this show should be taken as medical advice. Always check in with a trusted medical professional about your own personal medical concerns.
Hello and welcome to Keto Life Support. This is episode 117. And I am Kim Howerton, and I'm here to talk to you about something that bothers me. This may become a series. Things that bother me. Anyway. There are lots of things that bother me. But one of the things that really bothers me, I'll look around YouTube sometimes, videos will be playing and another one will just start playing and you know how it goes. You go down the video rabbit hole and maybe I can kind of get it, but I'm also maybe making excuses. I'll see keto it doesn't have to be. It's not just keto, but in this case, it's keto people. Keto educators, I'll call them, on the internet, making videos about things where I'm like, what? Why are you making a video about that? Right? And maybe I'm judgmental. Yeah, there's no maybe about that. I am judgmental. But I'll see people, like I saw this video somebody made the other day, and it was like all the details about why it's better to work out in the morning or the evening versus the afternoon versus the here versus the there, and how to really optimize this. And then I thought, I think the vast majority of people watching this video aren't even working out at all. And so what I am going to talk about today is thinking about all the details and letting the details trip you up instead of focusing on the big rocks, the things that make big things happen. So what am I talking about here? Well, it's that working out is good for you and important, and if there is an optimal time to do it during the day, doing it at the optimal time versus the non-optimal time, and it's arguable if there is an optimal time, it depends on which study you look at, is really just like the smallest change. It's like just doing it at all gets you 99% of the way there. And just that little difference of, is this more optimal or that more optimal? We're like arguing about like the 1% difference at the top. And some of you, I know some of you, because I've seen it happen, so we'll spend months and years being like, well, but I can't work out at the optimal time. So is it really even worth working out at all? The answer is yes. And it's like we perseverate, we worry on these little insignificant details sometimes. And it's very human to want to be worried about all the little details, I guess, but I feel like a lot of influencers out there or educators, whatever you want to call them, they're increasing the anxiety, not reducing it. So for goodness sakes, we are here to help. And I get it. It's hard to think of things to talk about on the internet. If you're a content creator, if you have to think about things to talk about on the regular, you start going into the little details and stuff, because to you're like, well, I've already talked about the importance of working out several times, but it's important to know who you're talking to. Are you talking to people that are already in the top 5% of athletic people, and they need to know about the little teeny details? They need to know how to shave 2 milliseconds off their sprint time? Or are they an audience that has not put on a pair of running shoes and hit a track in decades, maybe since PE class, right? And so you're like, why are you complaining to us, Kim? We're your audience. We're not the other course creators. We're not the other content creators. But I'm telling you to be careful. I'm not saying you can't listen to other people. I am saying you should be careful. And that includes me. Sometimes I'm just talking about random stuff. I get an idea and I'm going to talk about it. And you're like, wait, is she actually creating this content for me? Does it apply to me? Because ultimately, when you're listening to people, you have to think about that. How does this apply to me? I sometimes listen to information about health stuff for men. Some of it Does not apply to me at all. Not being a min. But maybe I'll get something out of it that I want to think about, or something about other people. So I'm not saying you can't listen to stuff that doesn't apply to you, but I am saying that if you're somebody listening to people talking about highly detailed information and you're still struggling with the big things, if you're still struggling with staying on track with a plan, going more than 2 or 3 days without having a binge, if you're struggling with, I have no idea what to even eat, if you're struggling with just basic metabolic thoughts and issues and how do I handle this? I'm not saying don't listen to more detailed stuff, but pay attention to where you are using the fact that you're like, oh, I need to learn more. I don't know enough. I can't start because I still don't know what's happening with my circadian rhythm and what time is the best time to eat. Instead of like, am I hungry? And if I don't eat now, what's the downside? Am I going to binge later, right? Sometimes optimization is a distraction from just getting stuff done. And don't let your anxiety get away from you and tell you that you have to get it perfect before you can even get it started. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. You can fix it on the way. You can fix it as you go. You can iterate. You can get it mostly right in the first round, more right in the second round, more right in the third round, right? We are constantly evolving and improving. You can be 1% better every day. If it's too hard for you to cut it to 20 grams of carbs right now and you're eating 300, just going from 300 to 250 is a huge improvement. And the next day you get better, and the next day you get better. You don't have to do it all at once, but you do have to do something. So if you're letting your feelings of needing perfection, your anxiety about getting it right, stop you from getting it going, I need you to stop doing that. Because I know that pattern. I've lived that pattern. You are me. I am you. It doesn't work for us to focus on the details right at the beginning. Get it going, then get it right. Don't get it right to get it going, right? Just get it going. Make a change. Do it differently. Then fix it. Okay? That's my little lecture for today. I felt like giving a little lecture, so hopefully that will help you. And when you see those videos online that make you all anxious, think, bless his heart. He just didn't know what to talk about. So he's talking about the thing that doesn't matter to most of us. That's all right. Some content is great. Sometimes you had a deadline and you had to come up with something to say. That's what I think. But I'm a little overly honest some days, and apparently this is one of them. I have not named names in this podcast. No actual people were implicated, but you might know who they are. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Feeling saucy. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Keto Life Support. Want more information? Want show notes? Want to suggest a topic? Just head over to ketolifesupport.com. That's where all that kind of thing can go on. By the way, I have a request. If you could go to your podcast host and hit subscribe, we would really, really appreciate it. And what would be even more awesome is if you could write a review. And what would be even more awesome than that is if you could write like a really flattering review. Just asking, you do you. All right. So thanks so much for joining us. I'm thrilled that you're part of the Keto fam. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.